path that is the hardest to look at. Not the hunger, not the desire for something larger. Path that resists it, not from weakness, from a very specific and a very sophisticated form of self protection. Nietzsche called it resentment. Girard took the idea and made it more precise than Nietzsche. And once you see it, you will recognize it everywhere, including probably in you. In Girard's model, mimetic desire needs a clear path between the subject and the object. When someone you admire is far away, they are a real model. When they are close to you, someone you can see and compare yourself to daily, something different happens. They stop being a model and become an obstacle. He's not just the person whose desire tells you what is worth wanting. He is the person standing between you. And when the obstacle cannot be removed, when the desire is consistently blocked, it doesn't disappear, it cuddles. Nietzsche called it resentment, the revenge of the blocked on the unblocked, not through action, through the revaluation of value. If I cannot reach the top becomes worthless. I build a philosophy in which not arriving is actually superior. Arriving. I construct an identity around the fall that makes the rising look naive. I start things. That is not the problem. I have always been someone who starts, but somewhere in the middle, at the threshold where good enough becomes possible, something levels off. For a long time, I thought this was the problem of the spark, waiting for ignition, waiting for the thing that pulls you past the threshold into genuine depth. And the spark problem is real. I'm not dismissing it. But there is something underneath. I have been slower to get and slower to examine. What is the leveling off? What if the leveling off is not waiting? What if it is protection? Because as long as I hold something back, as long as the full attempt hasn't been made, the verdict is still open, the impact intact. The version of me that could have done it if I had really tried is still theoretically possible. The half attempt preserves the dream. That is resentment, not laziness, not indifference. A very intelligent system that has found a way to protect you from the only verdict that cannot be appealed. The underground man is not stupid. That is Dostoevsky's entire point. He's more intelligent than every man of action in the novel. He sees everything clearly. He is the most conscious man in the room, and yet he does nothing. His argument on Dostoevsky takes it seriously as an argument is that consciousness is the disease. That the men who act, who build, who achieve, they can only do it because there is a ceiling off on their awareness. They do not see all the reasons not to. Their consciousness has limits, and those limits are what let them move. The fully conscious man sees too much. Every action has a counter argument. Every desire has a real rival desire. Every path has 10 reasons it will not work, sitting right there, visible and unavoidable. And so he stays underground, not because he cannot, but because staying underground lets him be right about everything while risking nothing. Dostoevsky is not warning you about intelligence. He is warning you about intelligence deployed in the service of self protection. The way a very capable mind can be turned against its own reaching, and that has never been the problem. At 2 a.m., when everything is quiet, I have more energy than I know what to do with. The question is whether the obstacle between that energy and the full attempt is eternal and external, not the right condition, not enough spark, not yet, or internal. A protection system running quietly underneath everything, keeping the verdict open, keeping the dream theoretically possible. I don't have a solution to it, but Dostoevsky's point is that naming it comes first. not fixing it, not solving, just being honest enough to call it what it is. The underground man says and stays underground because no one, including him, will do that. So I'm doing it.